Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Emma. Once again, I did decide to smush everything together, so this one goes over Zoom school, going back to actual school, reading vlogs, how I've been feeling, just everything. So I hope you enjoy. And it is once again that time of the month. Book of the month. If you guys are curious in seeing what's out there, if you are interested in new releases or anything like that, Book of the Month is the perfect subscription box. And my nails, they actually blend into the box. Book of the Month and their team combs through so many new authors, new releases, anything that's coming out. They read them from a variety of different genres, and then each month they compile a list of 5 books that you can pick from on their website to have shipped right to your door, whichever one you love most out of the 5. And you can also add add-on books to your order as well if you want to add another little sneaky book in there too. From their selection of February books, which includes Don't Cry For Me by Daniel Black, The Golden Couple by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen, Peach Blossom Spring by Melissa Fu, Vladimir by Julia May Jonas, and A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. I think the one I would pick is definitely Peach Blossom Spring. This one is a debut novel, and it is about war, migration, and the power of telling our stories. And we follow 3 generations of a Chinese family on their search for a place to call home. Those are the picks for February. Book of the Month is once again a US-based subscription box, and they do only ship to US shipping addresses at the moment. So if you live in the US and you want to order a box, you can use my code Emmy to get your first box and your first hardcover book for $9.99, which is one steal of a deal. So thank you guys so much for sponsoring this portion of the vlog, and let's get into it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, what's up? The past few weeks I've been kind of trying to find what I want out of life and also deal with a January that has not gone very well. And I think for a lot of people, I want to thank you so much for all of the comments, and not even comments, just like your life and your experiences and whatever you're going through that you felt comfortable enough to share with me and share with us all on one of my last vlogs before this one, because I've spent so long going through like over 400 of your comments, and it's just very comforting. It feels like none of us are alone, and I definitely spent a good long while crying over a lot of them and just crying over the feeling that all of them gave me in general. So yeah, just thank you guys so much. It has helped more than you know. And yeah, I also want to say hello because there's now 30,000 new people here. What the heck? Yesterday, I think I hit 230,000 subscribers, which like it stopped clocking for me. My brain can no longer really understand what is happening, where you're coming from. So what's really great is if you introduce yourself and say hi, because I love meeting you. If you're new here or if you've been here for forever, hi, I hope you're doing well. So today is Thursday. I'm actually starting this vlog off on a weird day, but that's okay. I just got out of my last online class for the time being, I guess, for uni, because I'm actually going to be back in person university on Monday, which is funny because in the past few vlogs I was saying I was really hating it, really struggling with it. I detested it. There was so much to speak about. I think going into a Zoom experience for the first time, having an educational experience done that way, if I'm being honest with you, this is how much motivation I have. You got a microscope? Okay, now it's time to whip it out. I don't know why it's making me anxious. There's like some weird anxiety surrounding online school, but I just dug out my notebook from the class, and yeah, I'm assuming today we're gonna go over some stuff, start some new lecture notes. I really don't even know what we're starting with. I think it's Ben Jonson. I am on break right now for 8 minutes. That was rough, you guys. That was really rough. How do you keep that motivation? Like, it's so hard. He has all of the cameras turned on like automatically, and you know, you're asked to keep your camera on, so that's something that kind of connects you to the experience. But the whole time trying to like pay attention and focus in on the lecture, I was just having so many different thoughts about the whole Zoom university thing and experience. And it was just really hard because he's talking and like I'm in my room, I'm sitting in my cozy desk chair, and his voice is like ASMR, and I'm fighting so hard to stay awake. And I know that I can't close my eyes because I'm on camera. I want to say it's really hard to focus so far. It's really strange to have all of a sudden my school academia life come into my home. That's not really something I want, you know? It's my home. The boundaries have been crossed. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go put a heat bag around my neck because I need to get a new desk actually, which is something I'm gonna try to do this week because the height, anyway, it's not good ergonomic. All right, so class is over and I'm just getting ready to disassemble and take everything off my desk. Yeah, it's just really unfortunate. The first thing is that my chair and like this is as high as my chair goes, and it's really bad ergonomics, and I've actually been noticing the past few weeks really bad neck pain. I was thinking about just getting a different chair, but this is like, I love this chair so much. I can link it down below. I always get questions about that. Sorry, I haven't been doing that, but yeah, I just really love it, and so I don't want to get rid of it. It's just really way too high because I thought the desk was just gonna go to like this beam, right? And that would be the end, but Ben had to screw on these for support, and that added that much more height. The little thing that he installed to like slide out his little table, unfortunately that fell off. Anytime I put any weight on it, I get so scared because as you can see, my monitors shake and the whole thing looks like it honestly might just like fall over at any point. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Ben, I love you. This is great. We honestly had a really good time building this together. But as a like big girl desk that I need for my job and, you know, online school. Class is over. I'm having a grapefruit drink. I have a little bit of a headache. I've been finding that I'm getting headaches after every single class. Can someone help me? Does this happen to you? I do wear eyeglasses. I do try not to look at the screen, but it's been happening 3 days in a row now since I've started, so. Now that I'm going back, I had like kind of accepted that we would be online for the rest of the semester, like my professors were speculating, and I had started to appreciate it, to enjoy it, to love the fact that for my classes that didn't require you to have your camera on, I could be doing other things, I could be multitasking, and it made me so much more productive. And it also saved so much time, and it saved me the trek on the bus. It saved me hours of transportation time. So now that I'm going back, I'm like, oh, but I just got used to this, you know? I just adjusted to this, and now I'm gonna have to adjust back to being in person and being a real person after not being. The last time I was in class physically was December 3rd, 2nd, so yeah. I don't know, I'm just feeling all up in the air, and I just feel like, you know, the poor students, we just keep getting like tossed and thrown everywhere, and like it is hard to adjust. Maybe it doesn't sound like it, but when you consider all the little changes and everything and the routine that you get used to, it feels like another upheaval all over again when I literally just got used to this online atmosphere. So anyway, we're gonna see how it goes. I am appreciative that we're going back to classroom because there are benefits to that. I know not all of the classes are back, which is a bit strange to me, and whatever, there's just some strange things going on. Like I said, today's Thursday. I hadn't really vlogged the start of the week because I had a very rough start. Again, the past couple of nights I've honestly just been up like crying, and then, you know, you wake up to your sad little pile of tissues on the floor in the morning and you have to remember your night. But I think I've cried myself out a little bit, and yeah, it's just been a lot of personal things and other things, and the past few days I've actually been feeling a lot better, a lot happier. So maybe I just needed that because I hadn't had a good long like sob, you know, racking cry in a bit, and sometimes I think you just need to let it out like that. So today I've been kind of finding my love back for some things. I played flute this afternoon, which was great. I hadn't opened it since the last time I played flute in a vlog, and that was really nice. I think I want to get back to that. And I feel inspired to bring my cello home the next time I go to my parents. I want to bring my cello baby back here. I'm sure my neighbors are gonna love that. And I also was doing some like ballet this morning, and there's just like some old parts of myself that I want to unearth and bring back and see if they're still there, and see if I'm still attached or really interested in them. And I think I am. I just think it's been a really long time with everything that's been going on in my life that I haven't had any time to explore them. So I am actually about to head out in a little bit to the bakery. I tried to go last night at around 5, but it's really cold. I think it's actually a bit warmer today, but it's blizzarding now. It's really beautiful, but I tried to go last night and I got about halfway there because I just walk everywhere. I don't have a car. and I did not wear like the correct pants, and so I got about halfway and I just had to turn back around because I was in so much pain. My legs went from like hurting to numbness to extreme pain, and I was like, okay, I need to turn back around and wear warmer clothes next time, because as much as I love the cold, I just like physically couldn't even do it. It's been so cold. It's the coldest time of the year here now. January and February are always so cold, so I'm gonna try again tonight, see how that goes, get some yummy food, and just kind of figure out what is going on with life and stuff. I don't have that much more time even for the semester. Final exams are in April, and then I'm done. Like classes are over early April, and that's the school year. Yeah, I've just been kind of asking myself almost every day, like, what do you want to do with your life? My grandma even, well, my grandma's friend, when I was over at my grandma's house, she was like, my friend's asking about you, like, what do you want to do after you graduate? What are you going to do with your life? And I think that had been the first time in a while someone had like asked me that, especially in person, and I just kind of, like, the first thing that just came out of my mouth was, I'm going to live on a farm. And it felt like, I kind of got laughed at, but it felt so right when it came out, and I was like, you know what, yeah, like that was the truth that just came out, you know, when you're caught off guard and you just, whatever's on your mind or whatever is actually true just spills out unintentionally. Yeah, my dream has always been to have an animal sanctuary, but to me it was always like a dream. But like, I think as I'm growing older, I'm realizing that, you know, those impossible things you dreamed during childhood, like, you don't have to let them go. You can actually chase them down so hard and grab them, if that's what you want to do, if that's your dream, if that's what's going to make you happy. And like this idea of someday being able to have or run or create this animal shelter, this animal sanctuary for any kind of animal is like the dream. Like, you guys know I love books, but this whole animal world, it was my first love, and it still remains an even stronger love than that of literature, like animals and nature. So yeah, that's just been really good to realize as well recently. But yeah, I'm gonna go put some pants on and we're gonna go to the bakery. Good morning. In my January wrap-up, I did place an order with you guys for a couple of books I have to read this month, and then to get free shipping, I had to order something else, and it has arrived today. It was very quick. Unfortunately, I think it's only one item because they didn't ship everything together, which would have been better, chapters. It's just a candle. This whole thing for a candle. Oh my gosh. But yeah, basically I just ordered this so I could get free shipping, so it was cheaper to order the candle. But this one, mulled wine and clove. I really like the color. It's like a nice, ooh. Oh, okay, I do like it. Thank goodness. I was worried because I didn't get to smell it. It smells like a fancy couch or like a ski lodge or like Abercrombie and Fitch in 2010. But yeah, it is almost 2 o'clock on Friday. I'm just about to film a video. I have a whole bunch of YouTube work to get done today. So I'm gonna go do that really quickly, just get my filming out of the way, and then I'll be back to tell you guys my reading updates. I think I'm gonna have to turn my heat off for the video because it is quite loud. You can probably hear it now, but we actually have a cold warning, extreme cold warning for today. It just keeps getting colder and colder. With the wind chill today, it's -18, but then just on its own tonight, it's going down to -23. That's just like the baseline temperature. And then the wind chill is probably gonna be like, I wanna say -30 degrees Celsius. Anyway, I'm gonna film this video. I'm gonna freeze to death while I do it, and then I will be back. Alright, so it's a little later. I got cozy for the night. It's Friday night. I was planning on going to the gym, but I think I'm not going to. Like the cold can be such a motivator, but it can honestly be the biggest demotivator at times as well. And just the thought of going out there today is I'm just gonna stay inside. I might do a home workout. I've really been loving doing home workouts. Like I feel like I'm back in the swing of them now, kind of, and like figuring out what I like doing. Maybe I'll share some of like the workout routines I've been doing too, because last night I did a few different things. I've been really loving this channel called Sunny Funny Fitness. She does a lot of dance routines and stuff, and I really like it. Like those are my favorite workouts, dance workouts. I've been doing a lot of Zumba. I really like the channel. I like recently discovered this one too called Zumba Class. I think it's just called Zumba Class. Those are really fun, so I've been doing those mostly. And then last night I did some different like martial arts training videos, like completely beginner because I have no idea what I'm doing, but that's something that's always interested me but that I've never had the chance to do. So yeah, it's just been fun figuring out what I want and like getting into a routine with that again, because I've been doing yoga usually all in the morning, and then throughout the day I usually go for a walk, and then at night after dinner I've been liking doing like cardio or dance workouts or something, and I want to start going back to the gym as like part of that. It's just like I want to get on a good schedule because it just feels really good, and it's been making me happy. So I did just make a coffee, but recently I've been feeling like out of love with coffee, which is so sad. I just feel like the coffee I've been having hasn't been very good, and I don't know why. I don't know. It's not like I really changed anything, and I've really cut back. I really only have 1 mug a day of coffee now. This is my second one, but I honestly don't even finish them anymore, and I don't know why. It's making me a little sad because I loved coffee. I used to delight in it so much. So maybe I just need to try a new coffee. Anyway, I am currently reading for a reading update finally. I'm reading Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. I think this is the book I'm going to focus on reading tonight because I definitely want to have a nice cozy reading night. My roommate and I are buddy reading it together, hence why there's 2 bookmarks in it. I am on page 12 and he's on page 26. He's a bit further than me, so I'm gonna catch up. Basically what I know about this and what's happened so far, we are following Okonkwo, who is the greatest warrior and wrestler alive, and basically his fame starts to spread throughout West Africa. I really do not have a good idea of what this is going to be like so far. Like I'm only 12 pages in. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do now is finish my coffee, and I think I'm gonna start editing my January wrap up because I filmed for an hour. I sat there talking for an hour. I really hope that's okay. I think, do you guys like long videos? I know maybe some of you like a mixed bag of both, so yeah, but that January wrap up is probably gonna be so long. Anyway, I'm gonna have a really cozy night of editing and reading, and who knows what else. Maybe a workout too. It is -15 out, but I'm feeling like an iced coffee today. I haven't had one in months. Today is basically just gonna be a study day. I have a test tomorrow for my Renaissance literature class, and it's on basically so much material that I have not really looked at or gone over in so long. So we have a huge one-day study session. I'm really not too worried about these tests. They are monthly tests, and I always honestly do really well on them, so I typically only take one day before the test to study it out. The test is to write an essay, and there's gonna be like 3 essay questions. Totally spilled coffee everywhere. We don't know what the questions are, so it's also open book, which is nice. Honestly, it doesn't really make it any easier because you still have to write a whole entire essay. I always feel like once the test starts, I get into the flow of it. Oh, I really felt that way too high. Oh, that is gorgeous. I just have to spend most of today going over the material. I also just bought my bus pass yesterday to go back in school in person because tomorrow is my first day of in-person school again, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Is so beautiful when the sun is low.
Hi, so a little update. It's a few days later from that big study day, and I wrote my test yesterday. I think it went really well. We had to write an essay in 50 minutes, and I ended up getting 6 pages out, which was really good, although I still feel my hand like cramping, all those poor muscles. But there were 4 questions, so the one that I chose to write on was one about George Herbert, who's also conveniently the one I gave my presentation on in the last vlog, I think. So that was really helpful to like have a bunch of knowledge on him, and essentially I just had to write about 3 of his poems and like the effects, or to what extent what the critic Stanley Fish calls a lot of 17th century poems as self-consuming artifacts, which means that they kind of undermine themselves in the last stanza usually, and like why this is happening and stuff. So yeah, I think it went really well, but man, I have some thoughts. Last night I finished watching Dune. Cool, bit of a weird setup. Let's talk about Dune. Oh no, this is one of my most anticipated, I think, film releases in forever. I love when films come out that are based off of books. It's so fun. I was loving it. Like, I was so enthralled, so captivated. I was loving, okay, first of all, the music throughout the whole movie is just phenomenal. Absolutely adored it. And I want to say the first, like, maybe even hour, I was hooked. I was in it. But I think the movie took a pretty significant, just like, towards the second half of the film, and like overall at the end I was kind of let down, honestly. I think if I watched it and I hadn't read the book, I would be so utterly confused. I think the Harkonnen side of things, that was like my favorite scenes to watch. I just think they're so visually interesting and there's a lot going on. I wish there would have been more of that. I don't think we had enough time to connect to a lot of the characters, and then subsequent character deaths I just didn't care about at all. I didn't feel anything at all. I actually wasn't connected to any of the characters. The biggest person I had a problem with was actually the portrayal and depiction of Jessica, who is Paul's mother. She's part of the Atreides family. She was just not what I had envisioned in my mind at all, in terms of like how she would act, the Bene Gesserit stuff, all of that. I just thought she was she was honestly just kind of useless in my opinion, and extremely emotional, which is not the tone at all that I get from her in the book, or the kind of person that she is. And a lot of that does owe to her training and stuff, and extreme mindfulness through that training. I'm assuming they just tried to make the character, you know, show more emotion so that you could connect to them more and develop some sort of connection with them. But yeah, I was really disappointed by her. I almost felt like she did not need to even be in the movie at all, just because of how passive I thought her role was in a lot of scenes. Obviously, she's doing a lot behind the scenes, and without her, the whole movie wouldn't happen, but like just watching the movie, I did not get that sense at all. I just think it honestly could have been stronger, could have introduced us to the world a little bit better. I think what I was missing from Arrakis, from the planet Dune, is all of like the very cool importance of water that is highlighted in the book. And I know that might be because like the movie does not follow the whole book. It captures up to maybe half of the first Dune book, but I don't think they really nailed that, because reading the book I was thirsty, and watching this movie I wanted to also be thirsty. But I think the movie really focused a lot more on like the spice side of things. The spice is a very important component of the Dune universe, Dune worlds, but I think there should have been maybe just a little bit more attention paid to the resource of water. Those are my thoughts. I'm really glad I finally got to watch it. It was a very long movie, but it did not feel long at all. Today is actually Tuesday, so this vlog is spanning, I think, a couple of weeks, but yesterday I had my first in-person class, like I was saying. I wrote my test, it went fine, and then I came home. I literally like collapsed and slept for pretty much the rest of the night and just relaxed. Like, I just forgot how draining it could be, and that's something that's really getting me down, because I wasn't loving Zoom school, but I had gotten used to it, and I liked saving some time and being able to multitask and do YouTube work while I was in school, which isn't something I can do at school. But you know, walking to the bus stop, to getting the bus, taking the bus there, getting off the bus, walking across a huge campus, sitting in class, and then repeating that on the way home, it's actually extremely exhausting, especially when you're not used to it. You've gotten out of that habit, and on top of that, I've just been really bad with my nutrition recently, just like simply in reminding myself to actually eat food, because it's something that's honestly for the past month just been slipping my mind. The whole school routine, or trying to cultivate a new one, is very, very tiring. So let me know if you have any tips or ways to make it easier, ways to get excited about it, because I feel like I had just gotten into a good rhythm with the Zoom thing, which I've already said, sorry about this, but and now it's been a little uprooted again, so yeah. Okay, so in terms of reading updates, I picked up Spinning Silver. I'm actually a little over halfway through this now, so I think this might be the first book I finish in February, but I'm really glad I decided to stick with it, because I was considering DNFing it. But essentially this one actually follows a bunch of people, and it is such the perfect bleak winter book that captures the beauty and the bleakness of the cold. And of course my heating turns on because it's another cold day. So it is a little bit a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin. We have Miriam. We're actually following 3 women. We have Miriam, who is the moneylender's daughter, like I was saying, and then we have Irina, who becomes more of a prominent, wealthy girl. She's the daughter of like some duke or archduke or something. And then we also have Wanda and her brothers, but there's so many other people. I think this book is very, like, it has very simple, almost satisfying writing. It reminds me of maybe Madeline Miller with less lyricism, I want to say. It's very blunt, it's very explanatory. It's very explanatory writing, and it's very kind of task outlined writing, and that the perspectives will outline pretty much every single thing they're doing, and so you really get a sense of like their life and the tasks they have to do, because it's a very physical book where pretty much all of the people you follow lead very physical lives, and it's really interesting. It's very satisfying to listen to in that way, I want to say, because you get the sense that a lot is being done, if that makes sense. But there are also the Starrick, who are said to be kind of like winter ice fae almost, and they terrorize a lot of the smaller towns, for example, where Wanda and Miriam are from. But overall, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really glad I picked this up, and I'm hoping I'll be able to finish it soon, because my audiobook hold is due back I think tomorrow, and I have about 7 hours left on it, so I'm listening at a little over 2x speed, but yeah, I'm really liking it. So I'm really happy I decided to pick that one up, and all of you guys said it was really amazing. Gets a lot better. I will say it is very slow. It's a very slow book that doesn't really pick up speed even when you think it should. It's just still very slow, kind of realistic fantasy, if that's a way to put it. But yeah, and I'm reading a bunch of other things, but right now it's 5:45 and I'm gonna make some rice. I think I might not actually get groceries tonight, just because it's really cold and it's actually raining right now, even though tomorrow we have a snow warning again. I'm actually leaving a little bit earlier today because we need to make a pit stop at the library. I need to return about like 3 books or something that I was using for my essays, which I've now all completed, handed in, so that's great. I just want to like give them back to the library, not have them hanging around here. I am back from class. I crashed on the couch for a little bit, but now I'm gonna put my coat on. It's around 6:30 and I'm gonna go get some groceries, and then I want to come back. I want to make some like either chocolate chip or peanut butter cookies tonight because I've been craving that for a while. Okay, here's the situation. I went out and I got about a quarter of the way there before realizing it was probably not a good idea. All of the sidewalks were covered in ice, like very bad, and I was just slipping, and I was like, there's no way I can carry all of these groceries back in this weather, in the dark as well. Maybe if it was daytime, but like you really can't see what you're stepping on and it's all ice. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna come home. Good afternoon. So it is, what is today? Today is Wednesday. It has been snowstorming all day. Like it's literally so much snow is falling. And we did have like a huge weather warning. So I took it as a sign not to go to class today. And I'm really happy I did because today was only a 50-minute class, and it's like the trip sometimes it just honestly doesn't feel worth it. It's a bit hard to stay motivated for that, but I don't think I missed that much. And the weather advisory did say to postpone travel if at all possible. So that's what I did. I listened to the Weather Network. Right now I'm just answering some comments, and I'm about to do a bit of a clear out, like an electronic media clear out. Like I'm about to take all the pictures that are on my phone that I don't need for anything or don't want on my phone anymore and put them onto my Mac. And then I'm thinking of getting another hard drive for my Mac as well. And then yesterday I was very productive too. I had a bunch of invoices to make, a lot of emails to get to, a lot of YouTube stuff, and just a bunch of admin stuff, and as well finance stuff for the new year as well as last year because taxes are coming up and stuff. So I just had so much to do, and that's basically what I did all of yesterday. Was just like at my desk doing all the like very boring adult admin YouTube business stuff side of things. So I'm really glad that that's done with, and I'm just drafting up a like February budget on Notion. I've been using Notion since the summer, since July or something, and I really like it. I've been using it so much, and it's been nice because it's all in one place. Like I can show you my Notion maybe in another video or do like a whole tour of it, but I have like a page for 2022 that includes like goals, lessons, and then just like personal, academic, wellness, relationships, finance, and work stuff. This one is a template I borrowed from another YouTuber actually. And then I do have a watch list, so like I can show you this one. This is what this is currently looking like, and we did finish Dune, so I think I'm gonna rate Dune probably, I'm still gonna say a 4-star, I think, because I really liked watching it in terms of enjoyability. So these are the movies I've watched so far this year, and then these are the ones I have on my radar. Do not talk to me about Encanto. I could go on a huge rant about Encanto, but I'm not going to. And then these are the games I'm currently playing, and I just want to like add it, but it's just been really fun to have one of these and like to like keep track when I'm like, oh my gosh, what was that movie I wanted to watch, and then just go here. So this is part of the template. I also have all of my school stuff on here for university. I have like all my syllabus, and I'm just right now also in the very beginning stages of planning a few essays, and I know I'm gonna have some very busy days coming up, and both of the essays for my class, did I just read that correctly? They're due within a day of each other. I just feel like yesterday I sat down and I got my whole life organized, and now I want to do a bit of a like clear out of like my phone because it's getting very full. And I've also been thinking about getting a proper camera. I always get questions too about what equipment I use. I should probably just put it down below because I know a lot of YouTubers and stuff just put down what equipment they use, but I only film on, well, I only have my iPhone 11? Is this iPhone 11? I think it's iPhone 11. It's the one with 2 cameras though. I'm really bad, like it's just like I don't care kind of what it is, and I think it takes really good, well, it can take really good footage, and it does have the 4K too, which is what I'm filming in right now, although this footage right here is with the front camera just because I hate a lot of the times that it doesn't have a viewfinder, and so I can't like frame a shot or focus a shot exactly how I want to all of the time if I'm like trying to speak to you guys. So I have been looking and doing some research into getting like an actual film camera. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I really do not like doing camera research. It's one of my least favorite things. I would just love someone to tell me like, hey, this is exactly what you need, this is going to work for you, and go and buy it, rather than like, you know, go through so much myself. But right now what I do have my eye on, oh god, what is it? It is the Sony Sony A7. Yeah, the Sony A7 III is what I have my eye on, and I want something that does do really good photos too. And I've been hearing that the Sony A7 III, or even 4, I think they have the 4 out now, right? Is good for both and is quite high quality. But I did finish up my like kind of online declutter and stuff. It's now almost 7 o'clock, so 7 o'clock means workout time. So I'm gonna take off my earrings. What am I wearing today? We have a paperclip earring that one of my friends made me, if I can get this off. I love it. We made earrings together, like it was one of the last times we all hung out together before the pandemic started, and one of my best friends made me a little paperclip earring. And then I'm wearing this one lonely, kind of sparkly star earring. This one used to belong to my grandma. This one's from my grandma. And then this one I found on the ground. I have this really weird thing that always happens to me whenever I'm out on walks. I just find jewelry on the ground. I wash it obviously, but this one is so pretty. It's like a white quartz kind of crystal thing. I just think it's so cool, and it's just, yeah, I always find jewelry on the ground, rings and hair clips, earrings, necklaces. Like, it's happened to me ever since I was little. It's very bizarre. And then this one is part of a set that I just got at a I got thrifted. So this guy's just like a little triangle earring. So yeah, I'm about to go do probably a dance workout or maybe Zumba again. It's still really snowing, but I did finish my goal today, and that was to finish spinning silver. So you just saw that I finished that. It was actually a little bit of a disappointment at the end. I was really ready for it to be over. It was so long, but I did end up finishing that. I'm really conflicted on it because I liked it, but I was not a fan, I think, of the style of writing. And I think honestly, like, I just kept thinking the whole time I was listening to it, like, what changes I would make to the novel, like if I was writing it or if I had the chance to rewrite it, essentially, because I really love the premise. I just think a few components of the execution were not up my alley, but I'll talk more about that in my wrap up too. But yeah, for the rest of the night, I'm gonna go do this workout, and then I have some leftover shawarma to eat, and then I'm gonna be reading some more of Bras Cubas because I was just reading that in bed while I was watching the snowfall, but I'm doing a whole separate vlog for that. So yeah, let me know what you would like to see in these next vlogs, like anything you guys want to see. I'd be so down to film or create, or like kind of showcase a part of my life, whether that's food or more nature or more reading updates, more school. This one was obviously all packed together because I got good feedback from you guys from my last vlog where I smushed it all together. So that's what I did this one too. It's probably quite long, this vlog, but yeah, whatever you'd like to see, let me know. But until next time, I will see you very soon. Book of the month is down below as always. Feel free to check it out. Get yourself a little monthly book gift is what I'm trying to say. And I'll see you next time. I hope you're doing so well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. And until then, ciao.